Alright, greetings everyone, a1marjor back again. This will be for Streets of Rage 2 on normal difficulty. I'll be using max. This run is about using enemy spawn points to your advantage, and also specific strategies against bosses, and while scrolling the screen to maintain most effective time while killing enemies as the screen scrolls, because it scrolls at a fixed rate. So if you can manage to do that, you can clear sections really quickly with max because of his damage output. So here we go. We'll start the timer. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So the signals usually like to attack you when their back's turned. So the best thing to do, if you can manipulate that, is always have your back turned to them. Thunder Tackle is very useful here, simply because it allows Max to move around the screen really quickly. Obviously it does use a lot of health if you use it too much, but it's still quite useful. And there's a lot of health items. As you can see, keep the screen scrolling while taking out all the enemies as possible. So usually there's a lot of different things. The Gausiers here don't have much health, so the best thing you can do is special to kill them. You can throw enemies into them and they'll also kill them. This atomic drop move here acts as an actual hit, even though it's considered a grab. And because it's an actual hit, if any other enemy is in the vicinity, you'll get equal damage done to any enemy that gets hit by it. Does about 70% damage to a health bar. So for a slow character like Max, it's actually quite interesting because he's got a lot of tools to keep him mobile. Pretty much it for the bar. There is a thing that you can do that you can, if you hit Barben here, this boss, as he punches you, you can force him to block your entire Thunder Tackle. We almost got a lot of it then. That's pretty much it for stage 1. Don't think that was too bad. The stage 2 introduces the bikers. It's one of the enemies I'm not too fond of, but at least on this difficulty, they don't punch you too much. Max is slow, so it's very common to actually get punched before you can do anything. We can actually despawn a biker here. It's possible. We'll see if it worked. No, I didn't get it. That red biker did. Alright, so with this blue biker here, I like to take the pipe with me. The reason for that is I can usually throw it at a signal, cause him to move up so I can take out both these enemies here. Like that. This introduces the Hakio. So far so good. Now it's coming up one boss that can usually screw up a lot of runs. Just because you're pretty much at the mercy of what the AI really feels like doing at the time. Which is, it can either decide to swing down, throw you, do like some Superman attacks or something like that. The general idea is, I'm going to try and get him to swoop down and grab me. I missed the grab. But that's pretty much the general idea, is you get near him. Hopefully we get... But as you can see, it's quite trolly. Quite trolly. Stage 3 is one of the longest stages in the game. It has a lot of different scene transitions. Some of which are not too easy to follow. I'd say the top of the pirate ship can be a problem, simply because ninjas with weapons can cause a lot of lag and input drops because there's just so much happening, and the background itself is trying to simulate a swinging pirate ship. There we go. Get rid of the knife gousier. So we'll try and do a sequence here. Atomic drop. That didn't work. That was still pretty good. I'm going to try and move up to the bottom of the box. Do a thunder tackle, and then just keep the screen moving. The ninjas are known to just stay in the mast, but a lot of the times they can actually move down. Okay. That was actually not too bad. Yeah, they can known to be just sit there in the mast and not come down to fight you. Fair enough. So here we got the alien cave. I find usually if you drop a weapon down the bottom of the screen, it's very difficult to see where it is, to even know where it is. But Max is really good with the sword. The backswing. Usually every part of an attack in this game can hit an enemy in some shape or form. It's just matching up the hitbox with the enemy for it to work. And because Max's sword swing starts at the back, you can actually catch enemies behind you, so obviously that's a big deal because it's faster than the front part of the swing, because that's where it starts. And that means signals do decide to walk in. So sword swipe this ninja, walk forward, sword swipe, I missed, that's okay. As long as we get rid of him. before the boss. Now we've got a boss that blocks a lot, so I'll make use of this. And that's pretty much it. You can actually force the boss to unblock if you actually grab him and do your flurry attack, which is your actual attack and not a throw. That's it for the boss. This stage introduces the Big Ben enemy. Not a real difficult enemy to take out, but has a lot of interesting attacks that can really mess you up. It's not too bad. So right here, I'll just try and slide a few times. If you just keep sliding, it should set you up to be able to grab a signal and grab. It didn't work. But that was pretty much it. Still took out everyone with relative ease. Again, just keep sliding here. It moves you forward and does decent damage. There's 2 Electras here. They usually like to reposition themselves into an ideal spot, so they can either electrocute you or jump kick you. Just don't fall into the habit of trying to put yourself at a disadvantage. So here is where Big Ben appears. We can easily just loop him because he's actually quite slow. That's pretty much it. We have a lot of different waves coming up. Just again, it's just knowing where they spawn and how to make use of that. Like we'll grab this Gaussier here and try and atomic drop everyone. That works to some degree. Oh well, this setup got ruined. So in this game against bosses, you can kind of make them do an anti-air move, which will mess up their invincibility if they miss, which allows you to combo. I messed up my jump timing. But here, well, not the timing, not the timing, but yeah, that happens. But Abadidi is known for, like, if you stand at a full character distance away, he will try and body splash you. You're more than willing to take the hit, it's no problem, because you can just grab him. Wow. Okay, that was relatively smooth. That can usually be a spot that gives a lot of trouble simply because it requires a lot of improv. If you don't take out some of the enemies here, one of the Guttons here, this one here, will spawn off screen, and if you're not ready for it, you'll be wondering where he is. So this section can cause a lot of trouble. So the idea is to leave Wayne over there until you've cleared the kickboxer away. Just because the kickboxer can cause a lot of issues. Because what you can do with Wayne, he's another boss that likes to block a lot. See how much, see if he blocks. Nah, he's not going to block. It's okay. Once again, there's a sword up here, so we will use it. It's very useful at taking out Jet. If I can get the timing. Because the backswing is like really strong, so give yourself a lot of range. So he'll drop down in Superman. Because hit stop is a really nice feeling, sometimes it does not work in your favor, and that's an example of when it doesn't work. If there's multiple enemies that you need to sword swing, it will always miss the Jet. Don't know why it misses the Jet, but I don't know if the game just decides to take priority on normal enemies. So just keep that in mind if you're going to use the sword. So there's multiple ways you can take out this boss, Bear. He's very fast. So you just need to be really careful that you've got a clear idea. There's a lot of safe ones, like using the sword. If you pin him in the bottom right corner of the screen, he can't actually move. And that's pretty much it. It's a wrap. Like here, you can't move. You just sword swing. That's it. And that's probably the safest way. It's also if you do it really fast, it's not that far. It's not that much slower than the actual optimal strat. But it's also the safest. So we'll get a ninja that drops down right here. So I'll just grab him. Atomic drop. Thunder tackle. You just slide all the way because there's another ninja. And we just slide all the way until the end to the kickboxers. Because there's 3 of them, that can be a big pain in the butt because there's so many different things that they can do. There is an exploit that you can use. You can just stand there and wait for them to do their knee, and then take the knee, but then you can grab them for free. So that's another one. So here I'm going to do a thunder tackle into a slide, and grab this Hakuyo. That didn't go as well as I had planned, but that's okay. You get all the signals pinned because they like to chase you when your back's turned. This can get very messy if you have to deal with the Hakuyo still. Pretty standard section coming up here. Deal with Big Ben and bikers. Just be careful of what Big Ben's trying to do. The bikers can also punch you, but they're not really too bad here. Also this Gust, if you're not too far to the right of the screen, he won't spawn, which can waste time if you forget about him. So I just walk along the white marked line. That way I won't get hit by any of the bikes. Exploits, that's cheating. Of course it's cheating. It is the sobriety test. All the bikers here have really low health, so sliding or specialing is a good option. There's a safe way to do this fight. It's a repeat of the stage 3 boss, but you have a jet accompanying you. But I usually just bring them on because the setup takes a bit longer than I would like. That was pretty clean. Yeah, gets hit by... Oh well. It has to happen, doesn't it? Alright. So this is one of the longer levels as well. Just in nature of the elevator tossing a lot of enemies at you. As always, if there's bikers around, be sure to take care of them, because they will give you the most hard time. They don't grab you as much on this difficulty, but they're prone to grabbing you from very far away. You can be a full character distance away. There, ooh, broke the grab. There we go, Electro drop. I take this relatively safe. You can scroll the screen and then have to worry about 2 ninjas and 2 Electras, and it can get a bit messy. And I worked out that it doesn't really matter if you bring them all on. It's actually faster if you take them one by one and you just do it efficiently. Again, signal. So this section has a jet. It's not too bad. Most of the there's quite a number of Gauzies and Donovans, but again, they're not of any threat, so I like to bait him and then just do this, and that's pretty much it. If he does the Superman. So we've got like ninjas and Hakios, and we got good luck. They all decided to cooperate. Very good luck. Usually the Hakio likes to ruin it. So this section is probably the most annoying in every difficulty, simply because they both have different wake-up timings. They both have high speed hitting attacks, and the kickboxers will hit you from far. Same with the bikers. So if you can atomic drop everyone, that's always a good sign. So what we'll do here is we'll try and get them both. And I'll just keep atomic dropping them until they're gone. Suplex. Now we have to fight 2 robots. I usually like standing here and holding up. There's a good chance that he will like jump into range. Doesn't always happen, but it's... There we go. We actually got quite lucky. Except one robot decided to interrupt me. So we'll just do chop chop, thunder tackle. Just keep it simple. So stage 8 features like every boss bar 1. Hopefully this works. No. We got rid of him though, so that's good. There's Bear Jr. But all these bosses, they don't have their invincibility on Wake Up. So you can pretty much go for your life. The only one that still has their invincibility is the Zamza clone. So there we go. Let's see if we can get Vulture to block. Nope, he didn't want it. So we just take him to Suplex City because he has no invincibility on Wake Up. And here's the Zamza clone, Nail. So I'm going to do a rough setup here. Get him to block. And then block, and then he's done. And that's pretty much 2 life bars taken out with one setup. I was too close to the right. Interesting. So now we've got Abadidi, his clone, Zikusano. And again, he has no invincibility on Wake Up. It makes for a very easy fight. So there's four goons here before fighting Shiva, the guy in black standing next to Mr. X. We'll go for a risky strat. And it didn't work because I mistimed my jump, but that's okay. Now we'll just do the Thunder Tackle strat, which is pretty straightforward. So you can stand right at the bottom of the screen with Mr. X. And then you can he'll just walk into that every time. So time will be coming up after we defeat Mr. X. So when his gunfire is pointing down, you can't grab him because it will still hit you. So if it's any other angle, you can grab him from the back. If he wants to be grabbed, like here. Alright. Time will be coming up. Time. And that's pretty much Streets of Rage 2 on normal difficulty. Yeah, it's really fun game to play on the easier difficulties. It's really easy to get into. Streets of Rage 4 will be coming out next week, so if you want to get a taste of what's to come, you can play this. One of the other runners, Tespato, is actually doing a run for Streets of Rage 1 later on in the block. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And thanks for tuning in. Watch my 2 runs. And that's it for now. Thank you. Until next time, take care, everyone.